Hi, it's Kristen Wallace, and in the next few minutes, I'm going to introduce you to Schoology and give you a tour of the website. Schoology is our school's learning management system, which means it's a way for us to manage what's going on in the classroom. It's designed for students, but if you're a parent who wants to stay connected to the classroom or wants more information about what's going on at school, it's also a great resource for you. The best way to get to Schoology is to go to your school's webpage. If you're at the middle school or the high school, you'll notice a big Schoology login button at the bottom of the main page. If you're at one of the elementary schools, you'll want to go to the Parent dropdown and go to Parent Resources or Technology Resources. There you'll find Schoology login on the right-hand side. Once you've clicked on the login button, you're going to log in with your Family Access username. If you only log in with your username, you'll notice that it'll ask you for the school or the postal code. If you log in with your email, because all emails are unique in Schoology, you won't have to put in the school. I'm going to go ahead and log in and give you a brief tour of Schoology. On the right-hand side, you'll notice that the user that comes up is grade 8. If you have multiple students, it may default to all children or to your own account. You can change this default under your notification and account settings, which I'll get to in just one moment. On the left-hand side, you'll notice that there's a summary of what's going on in all of your students' classes here in the middle section. It defaults to summary. And below that, you'll want to click on Calendar. And this will give you an overview of everything that's going on in all your children's classes over the course of the week. You can modify this to a week view or a day view if you prefer. Up at the top is where you can see your students' courses. You'll need to select a child if you have more than one, and once you do, you'll see all the different courses that they're enrolled in. They may also be enrolled in groups, or they may not be using that function depending on the age of your student. A lot of our sports and activities are starting to use groups as a way of communicating with parents and students. Over on the far right-hand side is where you'll find your account and notification settings. If you click on notification settings, here is where you can decide if you want to get daily or weekly email reports from Schoology. This is a good solution for some parents who don't want to log into Schoology on a daily basis, but they might want a weekly overview of what's happened in their students' classes. Or perhaps that's too much information and they just want to know when something has been turned in late or is overdue and hasn't been turned in. So you can decide how many or how often you want to get notifications from Schoology. You can customize that to your needs. Under account settings, you can make a few changes. If you have a different preferred first name, you can change that there. You can also add an alternative email. And finally, most importantly, if you want to change your password, you can do that here down at the bottom. If you were given a computer-generated password, but you'd prefer your own password, you can just go ahead and type in that new password, confirm it, submit, and your password will be changed. Back on the main page, there's a couple other things to note about Schoology. When you click into a specific course, you'll be able to see more detail about that course. So if you wanted to go into the different folders, you see exactly what your student sees. You see files, assignments, and links that they might be using for class. On the right-hand side, similar to the main page, you'll see things that are upcoming just for this specific course. And if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can look at a month's view of that course or just what's coming up for the week. That's up to you how you want to view it and if you want to look at each individual course. If you have a student that's at the middle school or the high school, you may also want to check on their grades in Schoology. While Family Access is our official gradebook, oftentimes teachers are doing some different grading in Schoology. And now this year we are integrating Schoology and Skyward so that those teachers are able to push those grades directly into Skyward. If you have a student who is in the younger grades, you will manipulate and maneuver through Schoology much in the same way. On the main page, you'll see some different activity, different things that have happened in classes and upcoming assignments. You'll also see different things that have been graded, and you can click right into those assignments to see how your student has done. You can also click into different courses here to again see the materials or what assignments are upcoming. When you click on an assignment, oftentimes a teacher will have some details about that assignment, but it may just be a notification to you of the due date, and the details of that might be in the folder on the left-hand side. So it looks like they're working on fluency, and if I open up the folder here, I'll see that Fluency 11 has to do with multiplying and dividing. So it's very easy to kind of get a sense of what your student is working on in class. Schoology is a great tool for students and can be a good resource for parents as well. If you have any specific questions on how to use Schoology or how to maneuver Schoology, please don't hesitate to contact me, Kristen Wallace, Technology Integrationist for the West Tonka Public Schools.